Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick deck profile on my Dark World deck because a friend of mine's thinking about picking up Dark Worlds, and I wanted to show him how it works. So basically, I have the deck divided up in here because I'm not going to go through all of it. This right here, these are my staples. I think there's 16 in there. So yeah, only 24 cards are actually about Dark World and monsters at all. These are Magic and Trap. But, and they're not all staples, but, they all help. And, you know, some of these can be draw cards, and some of them are. I have some draw cards. But anyway, that doesn't matter, so I won't go through that. First of all, we have, the heart of the deck, and this will show you all what Dark World is about. This card, and sometimes you might want to run Terraforming, which will search a field card, which is what this is, one of your field cards. The Terraforming will search this, so you might want to run that because this is the heart and soul. So anyway, basically, all of your fiends, I don't know if that's going to come in focus, but all of your fiends will gain 300 attack. Then once per turn, you can remove a fiend from your graveyard, discard a fiend, and draw a card. Now, you know, you might say, okay, yeah, so what, I get, you know, I lose some cards and I get to draw a card. But the thing about Dark Worlds is they all have a discard effect. Now, a lot of them have a discard effect that if they're discarded by an opponent card effect, they have an additional effect. I have, like, used that once in a duel, and it didn't even work for me. So, while there's a bunch of text here, their effects when you discard them yourself are pretty simple. Grapha, when he is discarded, first of all, 2700 attack monster. He's a fiend, even though he's a dragon. So he's 3000 when you have gates out. When he's discarded, you get to blow up any card on your opponent's side of the field. So that's pretty good, you know, because you can open him up. If you go second, you can open up him for a direct attack or get rid of his magic trap, whatever. You get rid of his big beat sticks. So, the card. Also, you can return a Dark World monster you control to your hand in order to special summon him from your graveyard. So, not only does he have a good effect, but he can be brought back. Even if he's destroyed, he can keep coming back. Because, you know, you have a Dark World monster, you return it to hand, special summon him, he gets beat down, next turn, normal summon, special summon, he gets beat down, he just keeps coming back. So, that's awesome with him. Now, Snow, right here, 1700 attack, 4-star, 2000 with gates because she's a fiend. When she's discarded, search for any Dark World card. Or is it monster or card? Darker World card, so you can Gates of Dark World? Snow? Whoa. Oh my god, my mind's blown. You can do Gates of Dark World with Snow, because it's a Dark World card. That is awesome. So no, you don't need Terraforming. Well, debatable. Because how are you going to discard Snow without Gates? Because costs do not work. That's a complicated matter. If you're just getting into Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll get the feel of it as you go. But anyway, so when she's discarded, you search any Dark World card. Gold, Silva. I'm only running one of each. Probably going to run two. When they're discarded, special summon to the field. 2300 attack each. 2600 with your field card. And I'm also going to set them aside because they're used in a combo that I'm going to show off. Brow, when it's discarded, you draw a card. So if you discard from Gates, you get to draw 2 cards. So, you know, that's +6 right there. And plus, you know, you can use 1400, so 1700 with gates. You can normal summon him, return him for Grapha, your 3000 beat stick. So, there's that. Next, we have Dark World Dealings. You need that in your deck. Each player draws a card and discards a card. You know, obviously you can get 2 cards with Brow and set off all your other Dark World effects. So, set off Dark World effects and get a card. Pretty good deal. Okay. So that is pretty much the heart and soul of the deck. There are other Dark World monsters. The only other one I might use, thought I had it right here with me, but I don't. There's other monsters that are like normal summon to the field or special summon when they're discarded, but Gold and Silva are the strongest of those. Oh crap! I took out cards I wanted to show. So these are cards that aren't necessarily, they're not Dark World cards, and they're not necessary for a deck, but they work well for me. Fabled Raven. You can discard any number of cards to increase the level of this monster by that number of cards to the end of turn, and it's attacked by 400 to the end of turn. 1300 attack, 1600 with gates, plus 400 attack per card you discard. The ruling on this is not a cost. So, Fabled Raven. It's a tuner, by the way. Did I mention that? It's a tuner. So, let's say it's my first turn. Normal summon Fabled Raven. Activate effect. Discard Silva. Fabled Raven is now level 3. Silva is special summon. Silva's level 5. Synchro. Level 8 synchros. All day. You know, 2,800 attack, 3,000 attack, 2,500 attack. This card, you can stop any card effect that your opponent uses that destroys cards. So, basically, that's awesome. 8-star synchros are very powerful. And Red Nova Dragon, you synchro him with Red Star and 2 other tuners, but he's pretty much unbeatable. So, there's that. Hieratic Dragon, pretty much a must in this deck. That's why I run 2. He's a level 8 synchro. And the thing is, Grapha is level 8. Grapha, if you can discard him, he's easy to come back to the field. You synchro him. Let's say you've drawn through all your Graphas, which I do actually pretty often. Let's say you have all of your Graphas either in your hand or in the graveyard or on the field. So let's say they're not even in your hand. Let's say they're in the graveyard or on the field. So let's say there's 2 Graphas. In fact, visual. He's somewhere. Bam. 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 So let's say I have 1 Grapha out, and let's say it's my turn, and let's say 1 Grapha's in the 2 Graphas in the graveyard. Normal sum, or even if you have a Graph in hand. So Graph in hand, Graph in graveyard, Graph in field. And then you have let's say you have your field card out. So, normal summon, you get a Grapha. Xyz, where'd that guy go? Sun Dragon Overlord. Use an effect. You can destroy any number of monsters on either your side of the field or in your hand. Destroy that same number of cards on your opponent's side of the field. So, pretty powerful card. So now you have 1 in the graveyard because you use his effect, and he has 1 on him. So now let's say you use your Dark World card, discard your Grapha, blow up a card on their field. Next turn, you summon, and then let's say you use your gates to discard. You discard gold, return gold to your hand, Grapha, Xyz, bam. You have 2 Erratic Dragons, one with 1 effect use and one with 2. He's 3,000 attack, and after you use your Graph effects, they can come back. They can still come back. You could easily have a field that looks like this, which if you have your field card out, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. And if they're not, don't have Xyz attached, they don't have an effect, but oh well, 3,000 attack, you don't really need an effect. Okay, so that is Dark World, and it's actually a pretty cheap deck. They have the structure deck. I have hollows of all my cards, but they have the structure deck, which will have all your Dark World cards, and I believe everything else in the deck comes common. I think the only thing, yeah, Tour Guide comes common, so I think everything in the deck comes common. Alright, and of course, Sandgun, you search your Fabled Raven out, Tuner, you know, I don't know, you search your Tour Guide out, search your Brow out, you can search a lot of stuff with Sandgun when he's destroyed, for those who don't know. You get a 1,500 or lower attack monster. And Tour Guide, when she's summoned, level 3 fiend from deck or hand. Special summon, Synchro, wind up Zenny. He's pretty much invincible twice and can blow up a card in the field every time he uses his effect. So, pretty good card. Tour gets him out in 1 turn. There's other... this guy's pretty good, since with your field card you have to banish a card. This guy special summons level 4 star or lower banished monsters. So you banish one of your tuners because it's a fiend, and you can banish it for Gates Dark World. You banish him, you can special summon him with LeVar, synchro him again, banish him, LeVar, synchro, you know. There's a... or Leviair, I guess. Leviair. So he special summons your banished monsters. So, that is Dark World. I like how it runs. I think I'm going to trade out 3 of my staples, since I have 16 of them. Trade out 3 of my staples for another Tour Guide and a Golden Silva, because Tour Guide can search out Tour Guide and, you know, then synchro, and so that basically gives you double chance of getting a 1-turn synchro. And sometimes you don't want to use Brow or Sandgun as a synchro because you don't get their effects if you use them in a synchro. So if you can use Tour Guide and another Tour Guide for your, or not synchro XYZ, but if you use Tour Guide and another Tour Guide for your XYZ, then you're not wasting any effects. I guess you're wasting. You know, you could have 2 XYZs, but that's besides the point. So, anyway, Dark World. That's it. Later.